Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation. I am Subhalakshmi Rao from Andhika Prasad Research Foundation, India, and we are continuing our UGC NET examination series for environmental science subject, and we are continuing with Unit 8, Environmental Assessment, Management and Legislation, and this is the second part. Today we will study about the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and we will discuss about chapter 1 of this act. So let's start. So this Wildlife Protection Act or Wildlife Act 1972 is under Act number 53 of 1972, and it was um, taken into action, or you can say this act came into life on 9th September 1972, and this act is an act to provide for the protection of wild animals, birds and plants, and for matters connected therewith or with wildlife, and that too with a view to ensure the ecological and environmental security of the country. So basically, this acts provide protection to all the wild animals, plants, birds, um, and all the other living organisms that are associated with these wild animals, and also in maintaining the ecological balance, and providing security, environmental security to a country. Now, in this is the chapter 1, and here we will discuss about two sections. And section 1 is concerned with the short title. Actually, it's the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, but we say it the Wildlife Act 1972. So why the short title, and what is the extent of this act and about its commencement is mentioned in this section. So in section 1, first clause, this act may be called the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. It's stated here. And then in clause 2, it states that it extends to the whole of India, and previously it was written except the state of Jammu and Kashmir, but this line, these words were omitted by Act 34 of 2019 and the fifth schedule. So after that we use only this that the Wildlife Act extends to whole of India. Then, about its commencement, it shall come into force in a state or union territory to which it extends on such date as the central government may by notification appoint, and different dates may be appointed for different provisions of this act and for different states or union territories. So this act came into effect in India in 9 September 1972. So it says that in any state or union territory it may have a different date for its commencement, but overall it just says about how the act came into force. Now, section 2, it basically contains all the definitions or according to the act, and in this act we use some terms that are to be understood properly according to the laws. So, like in the first clause, the first word is animal, which we have to understand animal. If we say animal, which are the things that come under this word. So animal includes amphibians, birds, mammals, reptiles and their young, and also includes, in cases of birds and reptiles, their eggs. So all these things come under animal according to the definition um, of this act. And next clause states animal article, which means an article made from any captive animal or wild animal other than vermin. We will know about vermin in the next slides. Um, but for easy understanding, I'm saying that vermin are those animals that come under Schedule 5, and it includes um, the animal article includes an article or object in which the whole or any part of such animal has been used, and ivory imported into India, and an article made there from these parts of captive or wild animals. So we will say it a animal article. Now the clause 3 has been omitted, and clause 4 contains a word called board, which means a state board for wildlife constituted under subsection 1 of section 6. And we are going to study about section 6 in chapter 2. Now, next word is captive animal. Captive animal means any animal specified in Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3 or Schedule 4 which is captured or kept or bred in captivity. And clause 7 has a word chief wildlife warden, which means the person appointed as such under clause A of subsection 1 of section 4. And section 4 we will study about this in chapter 2. Now another word, circus. It means an establishment, whether stationary or mobile, where animals are kept or used wholly or mainly for the purpose of performing tricks or maneuvers. Like we have known about the Great Indian Circus or Bombay Circus. All those circus have permission for keeping some animals who will perform some tricks. Like they are allowed to keep elephants, some are allowed to keep tiger also. So this is a particular term which has been given some permission to keep animals. Now the next clause, clause 9, has the word means collector. Collector means the chief officer in charge of the revenue administration of a district, or any other officer not below the rank of a deputy collector as may be appointed by the state government under section 18B in this behalf. So collector is someone who collects the revenue or money from um, wherever the source is, and in charge of the revenue administration of a district. Now, 10th clause states about the commencement of this act in relation to a state, means commencement of this act in that state, and also any provision of this act means the commencement of that provision in the concerned state. So 11th clause has a, a word called dealer in relation to any captive animal, animal article, trophy, uncured trophy, meat or specified plant, means a person who carries on the business of buying or selling any such animal or article, and includes a person who undertakes business in any single transaction. So dealer is the one who buys or sells the animals or animal article or specified plant, meat So that person is called dealer. Next, in 12th section, we have a word called director, which means the person appointed as the director of wildlife preservation under clause A of subsection 1 of section 3. We are going to study about this in chapter 2, section 3. Forest officer means the first officer appointed under clause 2 of section 2 of Indian Forest Act 1927, or under any other act for the time being in force in a state. Now the forest produce word means that having the same meaning as in subclause B of clause 4 of section 2 of Indian Forest Act 1927. Forest produce, it means any products that we get from forests and TFPs like non-timber forest products or wood, timber or honey, all these things come under forest produce. And clause 13 is omitted here. And government property, this word means any property referred to in section 39 or section 17H. Now, habitat, it includes land, water or vegetation which is the natural home of any wild animal. Hunting, with its grammatical variations and cognate expressions, include A. Killing or poisoning of any wild animal or captive animal and every attempt to do so. And B. Capturing, forcing, snaring, trapping, driving or beating any wild or captive animal or every attempt to do so. And third is injuring or destroying or taking any part of the body of any such animal, or in case of wild birds or reptiles, damaging the eggs of such birds or reptiles or disturbing the eggs or nests of such birds or reptiles come under the category of hunting. So these are all punishable crimes. Now land, it includes canals, creeks or other water channels, reservoirs, rivers, streams and lakes, whether artificial or natural, like marshes and wetlands. So boulders or rocks, they are all come under the category of land. License, it means the license granted under this act. Livestock means the farm animals and includes buffaloes, bulls, bullocks, camels, cows, donkeys, goats, sheep, horses, mules, yaks, pigs, ducks, geese, poultry and their young, but does not include any animal specified in schedules 1 to 5. So those animals that come under schedule 1 to 5 are not included in livestock. They are in separate category. So these are the animals which I have mentioned here are under the category of livestock. Now the next word is manufacturer. It means a person who manufactures articles from any animal or plant specified in schedules 1 to 5 and 6, as the case may be. So next is meat. It includes blood, bones, sinew, eggs, shell or carapace, fat and flesh with or without skin, whether raw or cooked, of any wild animal or captive animal other than a vermin. So vermin are those organisms or animals that come in Schedule 5. So excluding those, every other animal body parts or bloods, bones, etc., they all come under meat. Now the next word, national board. It means National Board for Wildlife, constituted under the Section 5A, and this we will discuss in Chapter 2. Next is National Park, which means an area declared whether under Section 35 or Section 38 or deemed under subsection 3 of Section 66 to be declared as National Park. Now, next word is notification. It means notification published in the official gazette. So, official gazette is the gazetted or um, signed and sealed by the higher authority, government authority, which makes that the rules permanent for following. So those notifications under published under official gazette are included in notification section. Next word is permit, which means a permit granted under this act or any rule made thereunder. And permit means it gives permission or grant permission for carrying out any act. So here permit means that. Then person, it includes a firm, person, maybe an organization or anything. So next word is protected area. It means a national park, a sanctuary, a conservation reserve or a community reserve notified under section 18, 35, 36A, 36C of the Act. Now next word is prescribed, means prescribed by rules made under this Act. Now next word is recognized zoo, means a zoo recognized under section 38H. Means that those zoo are under consideration to be declared national zoo or something, state zoo, but there may be some conditions to which it may be under the consideration category. So recognized zoo means the zoos that are recognized under section 38H. Now reserve forest, it means the forest declared to be reserved by the state government under section 20 of the Indian Forest Act 1927 or declared as such under any other state act. Next word is sanctuary, means an area declared as a sanctuary by notification under the provisions of Chapter 4 of this Act and shall also include a deemed sanctuary under subsection 4 of section 66. Specified plant means a plant or any plant specified in Schedule 6. Means it any specific plant, so that comes under specified plant of Schedule 6. Now clause 28 is omitted from this section. Now state government in relation to a union territory means the administrator of that union territory appointed by the president under article 237 of the 239 of the constitution. Now, next word is taxidermy, with its grammatical variations and cognate expressions, means the curing, preparation, and preservation or mounting of trophies. Territorial waters shall have the same meaning as in section 3 of territorial waters, continental shelf, exclusive economic zone, and other maritime zones Act 1976. So territorial waters, if we say in general, means waters belonging to a particular area, like Bay of Bengal. So it comes under Bengal territory, and Pacific or Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean comes under the Indian territory, or it surrounds maximum portion of the country India. So these are all territorial waters. Trophy means the whole or any part of any captive animal or wild animal other than vermin which has been kept or preserved by any means, whether artificial or natural. So trophy means any part or whole of any captive animal or wild animal. Like you may have seen in movies, like in horror movies, when we enter into a bungalow, um, we first see a skull of big deer or skull of buffalo or skull of um, bison. So those are found on the walls of those houses. So like that only trophy means the whole or any part of the wild or captive animals other than vermin, and which are kept preserved, which includes their rugs, skins, specimens of such animal mounted in whole or in part through process of taxidermy. And taxidermy is the process of curing or preparation or preservation or mounting of the trophies, or maybe it also includes the antler, bone, carapace, shell, horn, rhinoceros horn, hair, feather, nail, tooth, tusk of elephants, eggs, nests, or honeycombs also. Uncured trophy means the whole or any part of any captive animal or wild animal other than vermin which has not undergone the process of taxidermy, and includes a freshly killed wild animal or other animal products. Vehicle means any conveyance used for movement on land, water, or air. Includes buffalo, bull, bullock, camel, donkey, elephant, horse, and mule. Vermin means any wild animal specified in Schedule 5. Weapon means ammunition, bows and arrows, explosives, firearms, hooks, knives, nets, poison, snares, and traps, and any instrument or apparatus capable of anesthetizing, decoying, destroying, injuring, or killing an animal. Wild animals means any animal specified in Schedules 1 to 4 and found wild in nature. Wildlife includes any animal, aquatic or land, vegetation, which forms part of any habitat. Wildlife warden means the person appointed as such under clause B of subsection 1 of section 4. Zoo means an establishment, whether stationary or mobile, where captive animals are kept for exhibition to the public, and includes a circus and rescue centers, but does not include an establishment of a licensed dealer in captive animals. So this is all from me today. Thank you.